Shalom. Yahweh Shem Yashar Brakathum. Priest and Officer 5000 Kasar. This is the Thursday night scripture breakdown for ISBK Northern California. Salaki out there to the Aki and Magwadian for having a late start. We just got jammed up, but we're going to go in for a quick class right now. Break down a few precepts on adultery. Adultery is a very important sin. This is a very important issue in the Black community. The fact that adultery has become a way of lifestyle in the Black, Hispanic, and Native American Indian community is something that is very, very disgusting and foul, man, for our people. And we wonder why we are in the situations that we're in, because we are living like our oppressor. We are glorifying their culture. And the first thing that leads us down this path to adultery is it's two things. How can we start? First thing first, our people not believing that sex is marriage is the first path down the line of a whole nation committing adultery. The second thing is more than one wife. These two things are a recipe for destruction in the Black, Latino, and Native American community. Man, especially among the Judite tribe, committing adultery has become something that is glorified in our music, glorified in our movies, glorified in the fabric of our culture. Lucky. And all this stuff stems back to our captivity here in America. Let's go ahead and get the first precept. Since we got a late start, like I said, I'm not going to hold the class too long, but we're going to run through some of these precepts. So Exodus chapter 20 and verse 14. The book of Exodus chapter 20 and verse 14. And we're reading from the beginning of the law, statutes, and commandments that were given to Moses. So let's go ahead. We'll start at verse 1. The book of Exodus chapter 20, verse 1. And the Most High spake all these words, saying, I am the Lord thy power, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage. Right? These are the laws, statutes, commandments that the Lord gave to Moses. We drop down to verse 14. Thou shalt not commit adultery. Like right before this one, verse 13, thou shalt not kill. Adultery is right after that. This is an evil that is worthy of death, right? Sleeping with another man's wife is a very, very disgusting and evil act. And in our days, in our true culture, following these laws, statutes, and commandments, the man and the woman were worthy of death when they committed such an act. All right. Why is that? Why is it that they deserve to die? What was the Lord trying to tell us about this act, and why would it be treated so severely? Right? Let's go to Deuteronomy 22 and verse 22. So I'm speak on that. The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 22 and verse 22. If a man be found lying with a woman married to an husband, then they shall both of them die, both the man that lay with the woman and the woman. So shalt thou put away evil from Israel. This is evil among our nation of people. Men should not be sharing women. Women should not be sharing their body with multiple men. This is putting so much value. They talk about a high value man, a high value woman, a woman that has not a dollar to her name, nothing to her name, is high value in the sight of the Lord. A man that has not a dollar to his name, that's a child of Israel, has high value in the eyes and the sight of the Lord, man. Once you know your true identity, you will start to carry yourself with that value. This is where you find your honor and dignity from. This is why our people will do anything for money these days. They glorify money so much they're willing to sell everything of themselves in order to gain it, because they have low self-esteem. You have low pride because your history, you have forgotten it, and you don't know the value that you have in the eyes of the Lord. So you have to find your self-esteem and your value in material things, right? So let's go ahead and think about a few things. Hold on one second. Let me turn this fan on real quick. It's kind of hot up in here. If y'all got any questions though, go ahead, type them in the chat. Go ahead. Let's get there. I write down the words. I write down the class words that you were saying. Shema. What? All right, Salakia. All right. But, let's read it again. The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 22, verse 22. If a man be found lying with a woman married to an husband, then they shall both of them die, both the man that lay with the woman and the woman. So shalt thou put away evil from amongst Israel, from Israel, right? Let's go to the next one. Let's get Matthew chapter 19, verse 19. Let's get to it. It's the book of Matthew, chapter 19, verse 19. That's not what I want. Hold on. No, that's not what I want. The verse 9, Salakia. And I say unto you, whosoever shall put away his wife, except it be for fornication, and shall marry another, committeth adultery. And whoso marrieth her, which is put away, doth commit adultery. So Christ is coming, he's teaching these men that you cannot put your wife away. You commit an adultery by having her go out there and get with another man. You are becoming an adulterer by forcing her to go into sin because you are disobeying the Lord and the spirit behind him creating male and female, that we were supposed to be together forever. That is what the Lord wants. There is no circumstance that you can put your wife away and leave her except it be for fornication, except it be for her committing adultery on you and sleeping with another man. Outside of that, she burn your clothes, she set your car on fire, she get you fired from your job, she do whatever. That's your wife. That's your wife. Now, this is something that might be hard for people in the world to understand and accept because they go and say vows in their marriage and don't mean it. They don't stand on what they're saying in their vows, right? So it doesn't matter if they say death till death do us part. You don't take the trash out enough, then that is why y'all gonna part. You lose your job, that is why we're gonna part. You smack your lips too much when you're talking to me, that's why I'm gonna leave you. You burned the rice, you did this, you did, I'm out of here. That's what brothers in the world are doing. That's what sisters in the world are doing. They're leaving each other over minor things when in reality you don't have the right to leave your partner except it be for fornication. And the cold part about it is that sisters in their mind, they may think, okay, a woman can never divorce her husband. You're correct. A woman cannot initiate a divorce with her husband. She can only commit adultery to be relieved from that marriage, or that brother got to die. That's it. That's it. That's it, and that's all. So like you get from underneath here. Over there. Let me see something real quick. Let's go to Romans 7:2. The book of Romans, chapter 7 and verse 2. Let's get it. And it reads, okay, for the woman which hath an husband is bound by the law to her husband, so long as he liveth. Like the woman, hey, do not start. For the woman which hath an husband is bound by the law to her husband. The fact that she laid with this man, she slept with this brother, she let this brother enter her matrix, she is bound with him for life. She's down with him for life. That's a very important thing to do. And we have minimized sex to being something you do on prom night. If you watch any of the modern movies, growing up, I didn't realize how much I've been conditioned and desensitized to the importance of sex. Like, for one, you got one end of the movies where it's a whole bunch of high schoolers, like, what's that movie called? When they was trying to have sex before they prom night was up. The American Pie with the Edomites. It's so many different movies by these Edomites where the whole goal of the movie is the young men in the movie to lose their quote unquote virginity or to sleep with a girl for the first time. It has no other value other than you getting a notch on your belt. They do it so much in the movies that every movie they put it in where somebody finds out that, oh man, he was having a race with this other guy. They were having a bet who was going to get first. They had that in the wood too. All that type of stuff, man. This is real life. Cats watch these movies and are raised on them, and they apply this mentality in their life that dealing with a woman is a trophy for you. It's not gaining a wife. It's not somebody that you're going to care about to the day that she dies. It's not somebody that you'll put your life on the line at any given moment. It's not somebody that you're willing to lay down with and bring forth children into this world with. It's somebody you can just grab a condom, sleep with, get a notch on your belt, and then throw her away. How is that valuing your brothers and sisters, man, in this nation? How are the brothers valuing themselves when they sleep with any woman? How are they valuing the sisters when they throw them away like that, man? Sharing your body with somebody is the most intimate thing. It's like, that's why you do it in private. Gotta think about that. Like, up until today, shoot, it may not even be private anymore, man. They got all videos online. These girls is making OnlyFans like they going out of style. So we got to this part of society where even having sex is not even private anymore. But for the majority of people, this is something they want to do in private because it's intimate, it's personal. You're doing something that is not to be taken lightly, right? Like, what else? How many other sins, man? I ain't gonna say sins, but like, how many other crimes? How can I word it, man? Like, you can be an alcoholic, you can get DUIs, but you can drink in public. You understand? Like, if you do something in the wrong way, there's a right way to do that thing in public. You know what I'm saying? Like, there is no right way to have sex in public. If you got any type of common sense in your head, right? So it's something that's private. Like, this is something you shouldn't do lightly, right? And then on top of it, the consequences that come from it. Children, diseases if you're having too much sex with somebody else. Like, the spirit behind our brothers and sisters that are living that lifestyle, man. Especially the sisters having men in and out of their life, literally in and out of themselves. They become destroyed because they're dealing with so many different personalities. There are studies that saying their seed stays in that woman, that DNA is intertwined with her, and it's affecting her actual personality, man. So this is why it's saying that, once again, Romans chapter 7, verse 2. For the woman which hath an husband is bound by the law to her husband, so as long as he liveth. But if the husband be dead, she is loose from the law of her husband. That's the way she can be free to go deal with other men. Is this man dying? And that's why, let me get that precept right here, man, that fake Israelites love to pull because it makes them feel good, wanting to be Captain Save a Hoe. Let's get, let's see. Let's see. Ecclesiasticus. Let's get Ecclesiasticus chapter 4, verse 10. The book of Ecclesiasticus chapter 4, verse 10. Be as a father unto the fatherless. How does everybody take this precept? Go ahead and get you a woman that's got kids, her baby daddy in jail, her baby father is not in their life, her baby father live across town but got another family, got with another woman because his baby mother ran him off, tried to put him under the arm of child support. So you saying, oh man, be a father to the fatherless. It's time for me to go find a woman with some kids and lay ride. That's the first thing that comes to your mind. Let me be a father to the fatherless by tagging your mother. That's not what it's saying right here. Let's read it again. The book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 4, verse 10. Be as a father unto the fatherless, and instead of an husband unto their mother. Like, care about them kids. Be as a father unto them, regardless of if you laying with their mother. The true fatherless that the Bible was talking about is not about some nigga living across town that don't come see his kids. Those kids are not fatherless. What was that? Cat Williams said, talking about the cat was smoking a blunt and passed out. He said he ain't dead. Give about 15, 30 minutes. He'll wake up. He'll be all right. He didn't smoke so much. You think he's dead. He's not dead. He over here asleep. This kid ain't fatherless. The brother is in prison. He's able to write. He's able to take calls. Kid is not fatherless. Fatherless in these days meant the cat was dead. If anything, you should be a father to the fatherless. You should help this woman raise these children and show these men how to be men, show these women how to have a man over them that cares for them, like some of our famous sisters in the Bible, one being Esther. She lost her parents, and her cousin, was it Mordecai, her uncle, came and was a father to the fatherless and raised her up as a righteous sister, right? But let's keep going again, back. And instead of an husband unto their mother, so shalt thou be as the son of the Most High, and he shall love thee more than thy mother doth, right? When you are not in it just to sleep with this woman, you in it for the actual children. You are showing true love. A lot of these cats on the back end, they see some sister, she bad, she got a body, they want to get with her, they don't care about her kids, they sleep with her, and now they want to worry about these children. The children come second. So things go bad. Now you done left abroad, and the kids are again without a father. If you came in reverse and say, you know what, I want to help these children out first, then okay, this sister right here, in worst case scenario, we end up getting together, but I care about these children first. But you doing it all kind of backwards way, following your oppressor, thinking you're gonna be stepdaddy of the year. Shammai, too loud. Go over there. Go with him. All right. But the key point, man, is the fatherless is this brother that's died. That's what a widow is. A sister that's lost her husband. She is free to go get with another man, and nothing is wrong with that. Nothing is evil with that. But while that man is alive, that is your husband. You cannot leave him. What they all gonna say, man? Well, what if he's beating on you? Can you leave him then? Yes, you can separate. You can get to safety. Nobody's gonna tell you to live in a house that's burning down and kill yourself. Don't let this brother beat you to death and kill you. But goddamn, sis, that's still your husband. Like, is that a hard concept to understand? Just because he is an evil monster, you have to have sex with somebody? The box got to be given out? How about worst case scenario, you have a husband so horrible, so evil, you cannot be with him, and you have to separate yourself to be in safety, and you're not able to have sex for the rest of your life. That's the worst case scenario. How about you be an example to the next sister? How about you not doing that, and the pain that you're going through wanting a partner because you chose a bad partner? How about you teach that to the young girls? How about you be the example to them to say why they should choose wisely when they're getting a husband, why they should consult another man when getting a husband, why they should come to the priests and prophets when they're deciding to have a marriage. If you do all these steps, I guarantee you, sis, you won't be dealing with no brother that's going to be beating you where you can't be with him no more. But you want to find a way out, so you want to find a way to make that right for excuse to a woman to leave her husband. But from the beginning, it was not so, right? Let's go back and read that. Let's go to Matthew 19. It's a lot here. I'm going to do this thing here. All right. All right. Let's go to some more precepts. Do Zion. Do not do that. Get away from this fan and go over there. Watch out. Your step. Let's go to Ecclesiasticus chapter 9, verse 9. Like, okay. When it comes to multiple wives, some sisters out there want to ask, well, why can't, if the men can have multiple women, why can't the women have multiple men? For one, just straight up, a man that's going to allow that to happen is weak. A man that's going to allow his woman to sleep with another man and still be with her is a weak bastard, right? And if you are with this woman, you are dominating her. Just naturally, you laying with her, that's a domination act. How are you going to be in charge dominating someone else is dominating your woman? It doesn't make any sense, man. The two cannot go together. All right? It's a lot of different reasons why that lifestyle doesn't make any sense. We always use the example, though, if a man sleeps with multiple women, they're all his wives, they know he's the father of the children. If a woman sleeps with multiple men, you don't know who the father is of these children. That's a disorganized way to set up your society. That's an evil and disgusting way to set up your society. And so men that are dealing with the same women, because it is a dominant thing, if someone is taking your woman from you, that is a challenge to your dominance. And what is it? If two women are fighting over a man, what's the worst thing that's going to happen? They're going to get into a cat fight, be rolling around the ground and the dirt, pulling out hair, scratching each other. They got a whole show. I don't know if they have one for men. They might have one, but every one on there is going to be a half of H, you know what I mean? A half of H. But if they definitely have a show where women get on the show, and the entire purpose of the show, Baddies, is for women to fight each other. And they fight each other, they scratch each other, they bite each other, they punch each other, and that's the show. It makes millions of dollars. It's entertainment. You can't really make a show like that with men. You really can't do that. Not for real, for real. It's gonna have to be so. It's gonna have to be WWE. It's gonna have to be paid actors to do that, because if men get on a show and they fighting every day, someone is going to die eventually. A man can beat another man to death. You rarely hear about a woman beating another woman to death. Men do that all the time. So two men fighting over this woman, it's not going to be no cat fight. It's going to be a life and death situation. How many gang wars have started because of women? Two men dealing with the same women. To this day, the Rolling 60s and the 8-Tray Gangsters have been mortal enemies since the 70s, early 80s, maybe. Late 70s, early 80s, they've been killing each other over two guys dealing with the same broad. She went from one hood dealing with one of these cats, went to the other hood dealing with another cat. Now they don't like each other. Now they kill each other or whatever. And there's been a war going on. Literal war zone. Thousands of people have lost their lives. Thousands of mothers have cried and put their family in the dirt. Thousands of children have been raised without fathers because of a man and another man dealing with the same woman, man. That's an evil amongst the children of Israel that cannot survive and cannot last, right? Let's see, Ecclesiastes 9:9. That's what we want. Sit not at all with another man's wife, nor sit down with her in thine arms, and spend not thy money with her at the wine, lest thine heart incline unto her, and so through thy desire thou fall into destruction. Like, you shouldn't even be entertaining, sitting down, drinking, going out with another man's wife. Just that environment in itself is wrong, right? Because your desire could lead to something else and lead you to doing something evil. You got to think about it. Now, imagine if that woman had children. She got a man at home. You come in, you start dealing with his woman, and their family gets destroyed. Those children grow up without a father in their household because you want to get some box. That's all you care about. That's it. You just care about getting your ride wet, sloppy. That's it. That's what they say. That's all you're trying to do. You don't care about your children, the children that are affected by your actions. You don't care about your community that's affected. Go over there by your actions. That has a ripple effect on our society, man. Let's see. Let's drop that. Let's go to the next precept. Proverbs chapter 6, verse 32. The book of Proverbs chapter 6, verse 32. But whoso committeth adultery with a woman lacketh understanding. He that doeth it destroy his own soul. Like, you're not only destroying your own soul, man. So this is how these songs here to us that we live in the truth. When these cats brag about getting your broad, sleeping with your broad, taking your broad, them cats lack understanding. They don't see how powerful things could be, how much we could trust each other. Like, everyone talks about the black community coming together, trusting each other. Like I was saying, I think last week, like, man, Mr. Fab out here in the Bay Area is an amazing brother. He's always trying to get the black and brown community to come together in a positive vibe and spirit. But even with that, all of his efforts are going to come to nothing if he doesn't fix the issue in the black community of men sleeping with other men's women. he's going out to strip clubs or he's going out to these parties. He's promoting these women to do these things. He's promoting these women to sleep with multiple men. So all the good things you can do, it's gonna come to nothing because these sisters are out here bouncing around. Bouncing around from everybody, not being solid, not really raising a family, right? Let's go to the next precept. Like I said, it's gonna be about a 30-minute class. Let's go. Let's see. Let's get Proverbs 7 and 7. I got one more in 1 Corinthians. Proverbs. And it reads, start up to verse 5, the book of Proverbs, chapter 7, verse 5. That they may keep thee from the strange woman, from the stranger which flattereth with her words. For at the window of my house I looked through my casement, and beheld among the simple ones, I discerned among the youths, a young man void of understanding, passing through the street near her corner, and he went the way to her house. Man, she walking by, she looking good. You gonna go follow her? You in her house, man. Even though what you're doing is wrong. Verse 9, in the twilight, in the evening, in the black and dark of night, and behold, there met him a woman with the attire of a harlot and subtle of heart. She is loud and stubborn. Her feet abide not in her house. Now is she without me, now in the streets, and lieth in wait in every corner. So she caught him and kissed him, and with an impudent face said unto him, I have peace offerings with me. This day have I paid my vows. Like, this is so heavy, right? It's being poetic and saying how a woman can come out and have all these nice things and try to invite you in and entice you to lay with her. But a man that is falling for these things is not a wise man. One more time. Is it? 7:23. All right. So lock it. Let's go to the next one. Let's get 1 Corinthians chapter 7. The book of 1 Corinthians chapter 7, verse 1. Now concerning the things whereof ye wrote unto me, it is good for a man not to touch a woman. Nevertheless, to avoid fornication, let every man have his own wife, and let every woman have her own husband. Let the husband render unto the wife due benevolence, and likewise also the wife unto her husband. The wife hath not power over her own body, but the husband, and likewise also the husband hath not power over his own body, but the wife. Defraud ye not one the other, except it be with consent for a time, that ye may give yourselves to fasting and prayer, and come together again, that Satan tempt you not for your incontinency. But I speak this by permission and not of commandment. For I would that all men were even as I myself, but every man hath his proper gift of the Most High, one after this matter and another after that. I say therefore to the unmarried and widows, it is good for them if they abide even as I. Like unmarried widows, all that. He's saying if y'all just stay like that, that's fine. But if they cannot contain, let them marry, for it is better to marry than to burn. And unto the married I command, yet not I, but the Lord. Let not the wife depart from her husband. But and if she depart, let her remain unmarried, or be reconciled to her husband, and let not the husband put away his wife. This is black power right here. This is black unity right here. This would change the black community more than anything else out here in the world. All these podcasts are about relationships and how to do this, how to do that. Black men blaming black women, want to leave them for Edomites. Black women blaming black men, want to leave them for Edomites. We all want to fight each other. The key to the puzzle is sex is marriage. A man can have more than one wife, and committing adultery is an evil act worthy of death. We should take these things seriously. All right. So with that, I'm gonna close out this class early. Say shalom, Yahweh Shem Yashah B'Latham to all the brothers, Yahweh Shemar, Shabbat Shem Yashah to all the sisters. All right, class dismissed.